What's up guys, welcome back. OCG Metagame breakdown for early December 2021. Let's take a look. A couple of things caught my attention like always. I think it has been like 2 weeks, at least 2 weeks already last that I did this one for the OCG, but I've been keeping up. And again, a couple of things caught my attention this time, so let's zoom in, let's take a look. Let's start off with Road of the King first. Again, all the links will, of course, be in the video description. His report, one of the last reports, probably before the new OCG format will go into effect. I think we can expect their next list probably next week, because again, their new format will go into effect January 1st. You know, they still have set fixed dates. His analysis, again, a little under 80 decks, so 76 top performing decks over 18 tournaments held beginning of December. And this is the pie chart. A couple of things again caught my attention that were somewhat different compared to the last time that I made a video. Is that I remember obviously Phantom Knights being the deck to beat. That's still the case, but their representation has declined a lot actually. I think the last time they were sitting at about 30%, so 1/3 of the top performing decks were Phantom Knights, and this is like 10% less. Other things again that caught my attention was Eldlish. We saw, well, previously Eldlish being that small deck sitting at 4, 5, 6%, but it's on the rise, and you will see that there are some ways to run a deck, but they have one thing in common, and it's not going to be a surprising factor. And other than that, a lot of different decks. Trytron, Florendary, Sword Soul sitting at like early low representation, right? A current top performing deck in the TCG, but low represented. But again, there's reasons for that soon. Brave Tenny, the Brave package is still strong, splashable in a lot of different decks, and then a lot of others. So let's go for the first deck. Phantom Knights. Any surprising things in the main deck? No, not really. Seems pretty straightforward. Other than that, in the side deck, we might see something new, as something that, Road of the King mentions is Dimensional Barrier, which kinda has the same purpose as Artifact Sight. And speaking of Artifact Sight, it's, it might be one of those cards that might get banned on their list, but it's definitely on my radar for us, for our TCG format as well. While both Dimensional Barrier and Artifact Sight have the same purpose, prevent your opponent from using their extra deck. But as you will be seeing within the next couple of moments, the OCG has a new threat in the form of the ALBAZ structure deck, which is also going to be released within the next couple of months in the TCG. So definitely keep an eye out for that, because it kinda has a big impact on their format. But Dimensional Barrier hits the fusions, and of course Branded Fusion, their quote-unquote Shadow Fusion for ALBAZ. You can use your materials from the deck, but if I'm not mistaken, you're forced to, only being able to fusion summon for the rest of the turn, right? Or at least for that particular turn. I mean, then again, Phoenix Enforcer is still there, so I guess that's fine though. You're locking yours, because I'll be showing a combo. You know the combo, but long story short, Branded Fusion is definitely the biggest card here from this metagame report. But other than Dimensional Barrier, nothing too surprising here for this Phantom Knight decklist. Next up, we have Eldlish. No surprises. It's something again we've seen previously, basically running only the Golden Lord, and I believe the Golden Lance spell, the continuous spell. Is that 2 in the OCG? Again, why would you run only 2, right? A lot of draw cards, but again, the biggest the similarity between all Eldlish decks is that they are running multiple floodgates. I'm looking at Skill Drain, Rivalry, there can only be one, and Vanity's Eminence, it's still legal, the Solemn Brigade, and so on and so on. So for this particular list, I guess the only thing that caught our attention is the Tiras. The Tiras in the extra deck, your rank 5 Exceed monster, which cannot be destroyed by card effects, if I'm not mistaken. Is it as long as it has materials, I think? I'm not sure. But it also has the capability to pop something from your opponent, so it's definitely solid. In the mirror match against Eldlish, it's a fantastic card, so the reason why it's there. Here it is. The third list again, something new. You know that the ALBAZ structure deck was released in the OCG a short time ago. This particular deck list went 5 and 2, so third place, branded or, well, Despia ALBAZ, I guess I can call it, right? Anything that caught my attention other than it's, you know, Despia with ALBAZ? Yeah, only running one ALBAZ. Obviously, we have the Destiny Hero engine here as well. Patchwork caught my attention. It's just a matter of time, I feel, because the card on its own is a +1, but it searches both polymerization and here in this case the fried fur. What's the name again? The Edge Imp. That's the name. Yeah, Edge Imp Scissors, right? I think that's the name. It has been a while, but you know which one I mean. So it's a one-card important starter as well, and I mean. The thing is that, and that's the reason why your ALBAZ deck, ALBAZ Despia or Despia ALBAZ deck, however you want to call it, the reason why it's so strong is because of this. And I think everyone knows the combo. Well, I can't really call it a combo, right? It's just a one-card play of your Branded Fusion. You can use your materials from the deck, and you can banish the Despia monster from your hand. Is it Comedy, I believe the name is? Again, the name's not too familiar with them, but normal Jester, it's a Stratos, searches branded in red, the polymerization during your opponent quick play spell, right? You can use your Water Fusion, your Mirror Jade, I believe the name is, banish something, plus go for Chimera during your opponent's turn. That's 2 pops, 1 draw, and during the end phase, because you used your Water Fusion, it's a water, right? Your Jade to banish something or hit something from your opponent, send like a fusion from your extra deck to the graveyard, which again gives you the beneficial search, the Branded Fusion spell, the Branded Fusion during the end phase, and that's so ridiculous. It's just off of one card. It's very similar to just Shadow Fusion, but one Branded Fusion leads to a dead board, 1 draw, 3 pops, 3 interruptions, some searches as well, and a Branded Fusion ready for next turn. So, that's the reason why it's so powerful and so ridiculous at the same time. So, yeah, keep an eye out for this, especially for the TCG and especially in the OCG as well, because again, their format is closing. So I think we can expect their next list probably next week and see how the current top tier decks might get hit. And I'm obviously looking at Phantom Knights, maybe some Floodgates here and there, but Trytron is still pretty much at full force, not really hit. Maybe they hit somewhat of the Tenyi package, since again Sword Soul is highly underrepresented because of, Tenyi or Brave Tenyi. Yeah, maybe they go after the Brave package, but I mean, it's a little bit all over the place, but I'm definitely looking forward to their list. But keep an eye out for the ALBAZ structure deck. Then some extra deck lists. Again, top performing deck lists like top 4, winner, first place, second place, and so on. Left side, anything surprising? Well, we saw the Illusion Magician, the Dark Magician Ritual. The fact that it can search Magician's souls is going to be very important, especially for the TCG. Also, again, eager to see if we TCG players are going to splash that in, or let's say Eldlish as well, the Brave package. But speaking of Brave, I think for the TCG, the set has been postponed, right after YCS Pasadena, but I might be wrong. Right side, no surprises. I believe this was the second place decklist of this particular tournament. Again, Tri-Brigade Lurlisk, but no surprises to my knowledge. Left side, this was top 4 from that particular tournament, Emancipator, and as soon as I saw the list, I was like, right, Block Dragon is still at 3 over there. So it's just, their format is so different. Block Dragon, Legal, Maxi, and so on. Right side again, another list, different tournament that caught my attention, the Brave package, the ALBAZ, can I call it an ALBAZ package? And that makes things so intriguing, is that how far are players willing to go to maybe somewhat sacrifice some consistency and add that ALBAZ package into their main deck, because the ALBAZ Fusion is such a ridiculous card, such a broken card. But how far are you willing to go, sacrificing some extra decks? Like look at this. There's like 6, ALBAZ Fusions in your extra deck, and the Phoenix Enforcer as well. So But again, it's just so powerful. Left side we see Trytron, again, still baffles me again that the deck is so, it's still it's still there, it's still so powerful, and we in the TCG we can't have triple Benten, right, and multiple Eves or Eva. Right side, and this is something, one of the reasons why Sword Soul, pure Sword Soul with Ecclesia and so on saw a decline, is that people are switching to Tenyi, you know, right, like Brave Tenyi for example, and of course they still have Danglong, another difference, and that's something that I see that it's like much more different compared to like past years, is that now we see that there are much more differences between both OCG and TCG, like Danglong, the Trytron package, well Benten I guess, Eva and Maxi and many more. So that's again intriguing, and even with that power, Trytron is not, you know, your best deck, or yeah, you know what I mean. A couple of last lists. Anything surprising? Yeah, here in the middle. Again, something that I have mentioned before is again how far are players willing to go to maybe sacrifice some consistency, but splash in that powerful Branded Fusion engine. Same here, your Tri-Brigade Literalist deck, but main decking Ecclesia, ALBAZ as well, plus Avian, plus the Wind Barrier statue, so I might try this one out to see how consistent it is. Any surprises for this one? No, not really. Brave package, Phantom Knight as we've seen before. Madolches as well, it's still over there. Crossout Designator at 2 here, they still have double call by. Vanity's Emptiness, again one of those cards that we in the TCG don't have, but at least at 1 it's fine in the OCG. Brave Tenyi, again something, well, I was about to say we might see in the TCG, but again, we don't have Danglong. This is a cool one. Marine says, again, they got more support recently, but it's still, the strategy is still super vulnerable to disruption, and it's much harder for this deck to play around hand traps, at least from, you know, what I was playtesting a couple of weeks ago, but it's still a fun deck. We see that Sharks or Fish Exceed also in the TCG has been, you know, getting some tops, so it definitely has the same advantages. And last, Spirals as well, again eager to see how much of an impact the Dark Magician Ritual is going to have for us TCG players, especially to see that, is it Master Plan still legal? Right, if I'm not mistaken, in the OCG, so it just baffles me, right? There they seem it's fine, why we in the TCG we don't have that. So that's it for the OCG format. Again, we can expect their list, I think, really soon, probably next week. So let's see how Konami OCG is going to hit or take on the current OCG format. Okay, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. Feel free to leave a comment or like if you enjoyed the video. Riddim signing out. Peace.